Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I decided well, since I did a short recording, I'm good to avoid getting in the way of my other streams. For the last Loporrit quest, I should do it here too. I've got 3 ready, because we are about to level up. Teamwork makes the dream work. Dreaming way is concerned with the fate of one Loporrit in particular. Yoda, you recall that curious character I've seen, for lack of a better term, lurking about Hopper's Hold, have you? Well, I hear he also spent a great deal of time lurking about the Watcher's Palace. Regular lurking way, that one. Oh, right, I just block this real quick. Here we are. That way, chat can't interrupt things. Anyway, it seems the Dreaming Workshop isn't meeting their needs, so I should ask them how we can be more helpful. Will you join me? Perfect, I've already checked all the nook and crannies, so with any luck, they'll be lurking by the Watcher's Palace as we speak. Actually, it might be easier to just teleport here. Now, I do have to be careful. Obviously, I don't have the ability to fight as a crafting job. And that means I'm gonna die horribly if anything attacks me. I mean, I don't even have 2k HP in this job. I may not do too much crafting, but I do appreciate how crafting has its own quest lines, progression systems, and stuff like that, just like combat jobs do. Hello, Dreaming Way. They must be around here somewhere. Lurking location. Surveying. Perhaps they grew tired of the view and decided to take their lurking elsewhere. Wait, there it is over there. It has a different complexion compared to the others. What's them? Quickly, before they slip away. Who is this despair way? Hail, my good way. If I'm not mistaken, you've come to enjoy the offerings of our dream workshop a number of times, have you not? Joy hardly. I suppose watching you pointlessly exert yourself has been entertaining enough. That's, good, but I was hoping we might assist you in finding a dream of your own. That's a beautiful view. And what does you expect me to dream of? Fanciful machines, colorful cuisines? I think not. Without the people of Atheres to delight in them, such pursuits are meaningless, one and all. I cannot say I agree. No matter, your exertions have their place in supporting my petition to living way. When she authorizes my hibernation, I shall dream sweet dreams at last. The fact we haven't even got their name after all this time means it's going to be relevant in some fashion. So, their dream is to sleep. It's a lot of nonsense, if I do say so myself. You can hardly follow your dreams while you're asleep. Perhaps living way you better understand than I do. Sounds like our Ashenford friend has spoken to with this matter to her before. Yeah, Living Way is more or less their leader, so... I'd rather not risk getting smacked by something out here. I imagine they specifically made sure no enemies spawn here so that you don't accidentally die, but... Can never be too safe. It's so difficult to find anyone today. Living Way. There you are, Living Way. Might we have a word? Huh. So soon? I thought your project was proceeding apace. Overall, yes, but we're struggling with one way in particular. Are you familiar with the ashen-furred Loporrit? Red eyes, mysterious, absolutely adorable till they open their mouth. Because that is a good way to explain it. Yes, I was aware they had paid a visit to Hopper's Hold, but I wasn't aware that you were aware. Perhaps you may succeed where I have not. You're aware, Coda, that the Loporrits, such as we, were created to prepare the moon for mankind's arrival, and these preparations required substantial time and effort, all to bend towards our common goal in their own way. All bent towards our common goal in their own way, but some Loporrits went above and beyond. One in particular, yes, the very same one you're speaking of now. The most passionate of ways took the name Counseling Way. Their role was to lend a listening ear and provide advice to the people of Atheres, something we anticipated would be sorely needed given the abrupt displacement you all were to face. More than any other, they sought to understand your people, studied and practiced, and they looked forward to the day they would finally meet you. As you can imagine, the change of plans came as a terrible shock. They became uninterested in their former pursuits, and adamant that naught of worth remains for them to do. I was unable to persuade them otherwise, and after some time they disappeared from the burrow altogether. It was shortly after that the other Laports began sighting an ashen-furred way wandering Mare Lamentorum. Here. Even I didn't recognize them at first. I wondered whence this new way had sprung. Then I watched them stand out here gazing at the sky, at Atheres, and I realized it was grief that had changed them, a loss too heavy to bear. It was no surprise when they asked to be put back into hibernation. Yet I cannot allow it. Even with the final days averted, there must be a place for us in this world. I know there is. We need only reach with our own paws. I said as much, but it's as if they cannot hear me. No matter how many times I refuse them, they return with their petition for an eternal sleep. What a tragedy to lose a Laporte with such love in their heart. I must find a way to help them, to give them a new dream. Not that I know what that would be. Thank you for telling this way. We should ask the others for help. This is a matter of dire import. I shall see you in Hopper's Hold, then. Moment, Coda. If anyone can save Counseling Way, it's you lot, and they can be saved. I must believe that. So please do everything in your power on behalf of Laporte kind, I beseech you. Saving others from the brink of despair is a burden I'm all too familiar with. Speak with Dreaming Way yet again. As I suspected, their true name reveals quite a bit. Although it's a bit more literal in this case, since, well, Laportes are named after their purpose and all that. Actually, I might need this. There you are, come, we must bring Managing Wade into our confidence. So what do we do? This Counseling Way. He has visited the workshop several times, correct? Yet we've seen no measurable results thus far. And they're not the only Laporte to have been dissatisfied with our offerings, though a significant portion have gravitated towards the dreams on display. Many remain uninterested. We must try a different tack, one that targets this demographic specifically. I see, but what kind of Laporte that doesn't fancy music, mechanics, or mealtime possibly enjoy? Maybe we might look at what else they have in common. Assuming my mental register is correct, and it usually is, the remaining wayward ways have had the roles that would have involved direct contact with the people of the Theres. In addition to consulting roles like counseling way, there were those specializing in guiding people around our facilities, interpreting, and other aspects of hospitality. Oh, that means all of them must have been especially disappointed to find out our guests were never coming. They could hardly carry out their work alone. Alone! What if we didn't wait for them to take interest in the new dream themselves, or ever bring everyone together towards a common goal? It may remind them what it's like to have purpose again. Steven is key to be sure, but what kind of project could we give them? Uh, hmm. Ah. Do you have any ideas, Coda? Perhaps not singing, but perhaps we shouldn't underestimate the value of art. Such as painting. Look at these boring walls we have. Surely they could use a touch of paint or a mural. Expressing oneself through art is a proven method of processing negative experiences, though some may prefer medium rather than paint. Never fear, I shall arrange for a variety of supplies. At minimum, we can expect to attract Counseling Way's attention once more. That's where we want them paying attention. For the time being, let us focus on gathering as many wayward ways as possible. With you here, it should be easy. Even the most listless Loporrit would jump at the chance to work together with a representative of mankind. We only need to find them. Again. I am not getting the voices consistent here. They're all in the Curatorium, huh? Okay, sounds good to me. Let's try a new mount. Something with good music here. Ooh, Suzaku's could be good. The Allspice themes are all pretty, yeah, are pretty nice. Sorry, I just want to listen to the song a bit. I'm gonna have to continue the quest. Painting, I don't know much about art, I'm afraid, but if you insist, I could join you as moral support. My job is supposed to be helping people in need, after all. Specify things through art, that sounds difficult. Hope helps people, even to you. I guess we could give it a try. This should help for some, but feeling a loss of purpose is one of those things that, it's not easy to deal with. I suppose one step at a time, even if it's one different thing offered at a time. Just adding the list. You want to create something together? Is that allowed? I see much of a point in it, yet I can hardly refuse a request from the person with theories, even now. Here. Go with another. Let's go with Suzaku's. No, Suzaku's. I just did Suzaku's. So let's go with Seryu's. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of these names completely. And I apologize for that, but won't be the first time, and probably won't be the last either. Song? Dreaming Way, Dreaming Supporter. Greetings, if you require direction, please speak with Dreaming Way. Today's automatically generated suggesting is whisker waxing. Thanks to your persuasive personing, we have more participants than we know what to do with. Of course, Managing Way always knows what to do. Speaking of which, they've asked you to create some additional paints. Some of our painters firmly believe that quantity equals quality. Or, as always, Managing Ways provide supplies for your convenience and ours. More can be of the Dream Supporter if you need them. I may step away to be sure no one else attempts to paint the wall with Cooking Ways frosting, but I trust you'll find me when your work's done. A set of painting supplies. I am not a crafter, so I apologize in advance because I'm going to be completely butchering the rotation. Oopsie. It's probably is good enough to get the high quality. It's not going to be 100%, but it might still work. Yeah, there we are. 81% is a decent enough chance. Just in time to prevent further frosting-based incident. I'll take those off your paws. Judging by the requested volume, Loporrits really go through art supplies. I shall see these are distributed to the artists post-haste. I can't hardly wait to see the finished product. Tears. I'm not sure a water park with fountain with tears is all that, well, sometimes getting your, well, I suppose if it's a good way to get out your, sad feelings, I guess it's worth it. I just hope it doesn't creep people out too much. Ooh, that is a pretty, mural. I had hoped they would enjoy themselves, but I never imagined they'd become so absorbed in their work, nor create such a magnificent mural. This is by far our greatest success yet! Ah, truly, you're making my task too easy. Counseling way! Do not call me that. 'Tis a relic of a life I care not to remember. Noted. Would you like to try your paw at painting? Not particularly. Helping some of them, but not all of them. There's a distinct lack of unified vision here, yet somehow it works. Art is a mystery indeed. I had no idea that art could be so liberating. I haven't had this much fun in ages. Well, it's helping all of these at the very least, and I guess as long as it helped a number of them. Fun. Perhaps I once knew what that was like. Well, some progress is better than no progress. With all the Loporrits we've helped, I'd like to think we've done our part. Still, we cannot stop. No, we will not stop. Not until we've helped Counseling Way and anyone else who's yet to find a dream. The Imagining Station is now open, allowing once wayward ways to vent their innermost emotions of creative pursuits. Yet there are still ones that want for a new purpose. Continue expanding the workshop, see what may come. The Dreaming Way's reputation up. Honored. You may raise their faith in you further by continuing to assist. New Loporrit tribal. Furthermore, you'll be able to undertake 3 additional. These will go until the daily reset. These additional ones become available. You now have access to a wider selection of wares from Coining Way. Way to go. I guess this means this last area... I thought this last area would maybe be the final... Got the goods. White and blue, you're a miracle worker. My dream is to stand out in green. How do I look? Please say green. Oh, he's wearing the same uniform, just in green. They're wearing the same... yeah, they're wearing the same uniform in green. Oh, and they have a floating platform. Neat. Yeah, that's how they're painting it. Yeah, I thought this last area might be the next quest area, but it looks like no. It's, does look really nice, though, that's for sure. Yeah, I thought maybe this one would be next, and then that one would be the final one, but no. This last one here might be upgraded, but since it's next to the teleport to the Aetheryte, it'll probably be the center one here if I had to place a bet. I can still stay on the things here, can't I? Nope. Or can I stay on this one? I can't stand on it? What? I'm trying to sit command to see if it'll... Because if you do it next to a chair, it will automatically set you in the chair, but... I guess those aren't registered as such. Alright. Yeah, for this quest, they ask to find their prototypes here and there. There's a handful of quests that don't require any crafting. Just like how the combat ones have some quests that don't require combat. Good, how man... Just fair with Protecting Way. Oh yeah, we finished the protective suit. Protect them from the mushroom. Ah, so you've already crafted the necessary material. If anyone else, I'd be inclined to put these through several inspections, but no, we're in good Paul's view. Protecting will doubtless be thrilled. Still, I wonder why she thought to create a protective suit rather than address the symptom of the problem. Wouldn't it be more effective to attack the source, eradicate the infectious fungi in the first place? Wasn't for me to question the dream of another. Thank you for your assistance. Now, there's a lot of strange parasitic mushrooms out on the moon for some reason. Returned. Oh. For you to complete such an unusual quest with a plum, truly the right person for the job. Thrilling Way appears to be pleased with the item, but I must say, his behavior has grown erratic. I suppose it will be fine as long as he's happy and no one gets hurt. No one has gotten hurt, right? Craft, fashion, baby. Where's the future of fashion lie? This may come as a shock to you, Coda, but it seems our ways have developed interest in clothing. This is not a remarkable achievement in individuality. Why, we've always worn identical garb for as long as I can remember. And as we speak, one of our ways is busy gathering a large range of materials to make fashion. I hope you might assist them. There's an explosion. Troubling, very troubling indeed. Coda, would you consider our destruction to be an art form? Our imaging station was conceived as a place for all the ways to express their creativity. One claims destruction to be his true calling. While I do not judge their viable artistic on principle, destroying the artwork of others simply will not do. I've decided to exercise a mediocre amount of managerial authority and directed this way's destructive tendencies toward a noble goal, to wit, elimination of menacing fungi. Oh, neat. So this kind of expands on previous ones. As self-proclaimed aficionado of obliteration, the way in question has agreed to my terms in exchange for specialized weaponry, which I promise you to provide. Should be staying outside, but not keep him waiting. By the muse forsaken. Struggling artists find their way. Some of our artists have been so prolific in their painting, they now claim to lack sufficient inspiration. One way has come disheartened so much they have taken to conversing with the very nothingness plagues them. To be frank, I'm not sure what concerned. I do have trouble with you in such a gloomy affair. Perhaps you could get some encouragement. You should find wandering grace and veil. smoldering Loporrit. And long am I waiting? We have odds prepare. Fungi to finish. Devastation of my dream and ruin my aim. With these materials, construct for me a device capable of smashing even those malignant mushroom in a jam on which we may feast. I actually did look it up at one point, and no, rabbits cannot eat mushrooms. In fact, it's pretty dangerous for them. There's main materials like the doing the supporter has more. Beat upon with your fists until it yields what you desire. So have I done. Then deliver the weapons to me, and your work will be finished. Mine, however, will have only just begun. Fungi fighters. Here. No high qualities required here, so I'm just gonna... yeah. Should be easy. I'm not that great at high quality, as you saw. I kind of have to rely on low percentages, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Yeah, last time I didn't do the follow-up quest here, but I figure it might be worth a bit of time to do, taking a bit of time to do so. Just because the last one was barely 20 minutes, and this one's not much longer. Oh, do you have my instruments of havoc? Mushrooms will die. I wonder if that's an Orcs Must Die reference. Well, it's a generic one. It could mean a number of things. Also reminds me I haven't played that game in ages. I know they had a MOBA at one point, but it didn't go very well. Yes, you've got me a great savage, Cobra. Creativity burns within me, a star rampant smashing. I'll now grind the fine guy into the finest powder, vaporize its every spore, for it is not vengeance nor ambition to a fight, it is art. Art, I say, the battle's begun! Of course, I've one in the Curatorium and one in Greatest Ends Vale, because why wouldn't it be opposite ends? Well, it's to my understanding, it's RNG about what kind of quest you can get. So, who knows? I probably already got one where they were all in the same area, and I just forgot, for example. These are daily quests, after all. I try not to think too hard about them, since, well, as I said, there's a certain catharsis in just slowly grinding up reputation like this, even though it's, strictly speaking, busy work. Oh, wonderful to see you again. Do you remember me? I was one of Mage Friend's outfits when you first arrived. I practiced quite a bit since then. Still in the process of gathering supplies. Maybe you could craft something for us? Something glittery that'll make fabric sparkle. Is that hard to do? I have these materials. Let me know if you need more. When you're done, I'd like you to go and show managing way. They could be trendy new designs if you need anything. Ah, neat. Set of fashionable thingums. Objects meant to dazzle with individuality. Whether they're successful or not depends on the eye of the beholder. Why do I not have too much faith in that? Oh, I actually should have done this first. Let's get some more crafting points back. Might be good to master's mend or repair it. Waste knot will cost just about everything, so it might be better to use the regular waste knot here. Hasty touch. It's not ideal, but I guess I can try one more time. Well, let's get more tricks of the trade here. And this should finish it. 83% is a reasonable enough shot. Yeah. I hate having to rely on RNG, but I'm not a very good crafter, so I'm forced to rely on RNG more than I like. Hey, you need something? No? Okay. Alright, mount, who else do I have here? Let's go with the Shinryu one. I like when final bosses have a remix of the main theme. It's not a requirement, though. Like, the final boss of Heaven's Ward actually used a main theme of the town area and such. For a number of reasons that are spoilery and also really long to go into, but hey. I doubt too many people... I'm not sure if anyone watching was around when that happened, but the final boss of Stormblood was actually legitimately challenging to start out with. They probably did that to compensate from the fact the Heaven's Ward final boss was generally considered easy, even when the expansion first dropped. And I think that a big contributing factor to that was, you know how I streamed the story here, and at the end I end up, at level 89, I end up getting some artifact gear to guarantee my item level was at least a certain level before taking on the final boss? That was not in Heaven's Ward, so they probably undertuned the boss a bit just to be sure people wouldn't get stuck easily. Stormblood, however, they knew what item level you'd typically be around. They didn't even have to nerf it either, because while it had a reputation for being hard, the sheer passage of time and people upgrading their gear passively nerfed it naturally. And so nowadays, you're not going to run into too many parties that fail it, simply because it's a lot easy. Same thing happened for a number of fights. In fact, I think the last fight they ever actually had to properly nerf was the Steps of Faith, which was the quest right before Heaven's Ward. It was a bit unique because rather than fight the boss to the death or whatever, you had to stop it from... You had to kill the boss before it reached an endpoint in a long when it was traveling. But the damage check was surprisingly tight, so a lot of players had trouble unless they were an experienced team. It probably would have been nerfed naturally by now, but they redid it completely in the general sense because they've been redoing a lot of the earlier content in the general sense. Like, Ultima Weapon, La Habrea was the final boss of A Realm Reborn after Ultima Weapon, but most people just considered Ultima Weapon final boss because La Habrea was easy even at the launch, if we're honest. And they since redid it so that indeed Ultima Weapon is indeed the final boss, and La Habrea is a personal instance you fight. Muttering Loporrit. Sad words, sad words. Ah, you frighten me. Come to... fill my head of emptiness. These two paws have depicted my entire existence. The moon, Loporrit's, well, that's about it, really. I painted everything, and now nothing seems interesting. Oh, what is left for me? How painting a Theres, then. Theres, but so many ways I've already painted it. Bright blue orb, suspended in unending darkness. But wait, what if I draw landscapes that may or may not exist upon a Theres? Dude, that could work. I feel alive. Thank you. Thank Managing Way for sending you. Huh, no crafting that time. And that humming tune was the Naming Way Rabbits theme if you spoke to them in Final Fantasy IV. I admit I've got kind of mixed feelings about having Golbez and Zeromus as actual bosses here. While in Shadowbringers, while the Eden dungeon was very much based upon Final Fantasy VIII, you don't actually fight bosses from Final Fantasy VIII in there. They're all inspired by, including the final boss, even having Ultimasia's final boss theme, and all that, the extreme, to be exact. However, Ultimacia herself, and they don't make an appearance. They're simply based off there. And I really did like that, if we're honest. At the same time, though, I can't deny the four fiends have been fun to battle, and Golbez was also pretty fun to fight. Although I guess I kind of, like I said, I got mixed feelings about it over having that versus just having a character based off Golbez. How goes the fashion creation? Fashionable thingums. My, how daring! I do believe I'll wearing some of this myself. Wonder what kind of outfits this will create. Possibilities seem endless when one stops to consider them. That way is both hardworking and determined, so I have no doubt their journey on the road of fashion will be long and fruitful. I hope you will lend them your expertise again. Ours an explosion. You return in one piece, I'm glad to see. Our aficionado of obliteration seems to be making quick work of the fungi already, while our ways artwork lives to fight another day. An artisan on theory said of liken the creative expression to an explosion of our etheric energy. Perhaps our destructive friend took that sentiment a sad too literally. Anyways, as long as his energy is directed toward honorable goals, this unique form of art poses no concern. Should he stray, however, I hope I can count on you. We're right on schedule. Our friend's been muttering friends gone straight to work with the imaging station and managed to sneak a glance at progress. I do believe they're recreating images of Theres, regardless of accuracy. The awe they hold for Mother Heidelin Star is palpable in their work. At the end of the day, the priority of art is creation, not analysis. So long as our way remains bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, I'm quite satisfied. Still, the flow of inspiration is known to be fickle, so I may call upon you again should our ways require it. Till next time. Oh nice, a level up. Yeah, it's gonna be a while for the next one, but that's fine. I didn't notice that I wasn't going to do all of them, so I'll probably do the gathering one on my own, but might as well get this one through. Before, what new stuff is available here? Battle 1 from Final Fantasy IV. I'll think about it, but right now I should probably be saving up for the mount, because the mount is actually fairly expensive, if I remember. I think it's around 50 or so. Plus, I imagine they'll also be allowing you to buy the Dreaming Way shirts and all that, so it might be a bit tricky, but I'm sure I can figure out some kind of a glamour set that uses it. We'll see. One of the ways that our imaging stations even painted his uniform. It warms my heart to see them expressing themselves so colorfully. Well, I guess that'll be all for now. Until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.